In the heart of the 21st century, where agriculture and aerospace collide,
the large-scale cattle industry has been modernized with advanced technology, particularly in the US and Australia, where farms manage millions of cattle.
This is the story of how cutting-edge technology, logistics innovation, and
ranchers face the challenge of overseeing herds numbering in the thousands across vast expanses of land.
Livestock. It's about how we feed the world, sustain economies, and push the boundaries of what's possible in farming logistics. Behind every flight is a system of precision, care, and science designed to move the beating heart of
traditional management methods like horseback riding or walking no longer meet the demands.
This is more than a documentary. It's a journey through airborne agriculture. By 2050,
this has led to the adoption of modern technologies, such as helicopters and drones, which help increase efficiency in cattle
especially
ranching.
in emerging economies where livestock farming is still developing. Yet while demand surges, arable land becomes increasingly scarce. The solution? High-efficiency livestock relocation. Airlifting cattle provides faster genetic diversification, rapid herd replenishment in disaster zones, and controlled export-import in times of disease outbreaks.
In Australia, cattle ranching is a major industry with a total herd of up to 29.9 million.
Brazil and Australia began investing in air transport as early as 2020.
The majority of cattle are concentrated in the southern and northern regions.
A program was formed, the Global Livestock Air Movement Initiative GLAMI,
where expansive land areas and favorable climates support ranching.
Logistics problem. It's an aviation engineering challenge. Commercial passenger jets are repurposed into massive cargo livestock haulers, using reinforced flooring, temperature-regulated containment bays, and shock-absorbent suspension pods for the cows. The Cargomax 800,
at a ranch about 600 kilometers from Darwin, the rancher regularly gathers a herd of up to 81,000 cattle across an area of 1.3 million acres.
Cattle per flight. It revolutionized airborne farming. Dual climate zones.
Using helicopters to manage the cattle has become a common and effective solution, especially on large ranches.
AI-assisted stress monitors to minimize trauma during takeoff and turbulence. Each aircraft
with a helicopter, a task that previously required 3 days and 20 people, now takes just one pilot and can be completed in half a day.
How do you coordinate air travel for 9 million living, breathing, 1,400-pound animals? The answer: a meticulously orchestrated network of ground support, satellite tracking, and cross-border cooperation. GLAMI divided the operation into 3 global routes: the South American Triangle, Brazil, Africa, Middle East; the Northern Arc, US, Europe, Central Asia; the Indo-Pacific Express, Australia, Southeast Asia, China. Each cow is tagged with RFID, tracked via satellite, and matched to an air health profile that optimizes flight pairing. Upon landing, cows are temporarily housed in mobile agricultural transition units, MATUs, which acclimate the animals to local environmental conditions before final
helicopters make managing cattle herds much simpler.
What does a 17-hour flight look like from a cow's perspective? Each cow has 22 square feet of padded
This is especially beneficial for free-ranging cattle across vast areas.
Feed and hydration are dispensed robotically every 4 hours. A 3-person
helicopters allow for early detection of illness, enabling ranchers to intervene promptly and prevent the spread of disease.
Behavioral research, soundproofing panels, and white noise generators were developed to keep cows
However,
calm.
operating
Footage
helicopters carries inherent risks.
Cud, sleeping, and responding well to the atmospheric conditions. Meet
Pilots
Captain
need
Eliza
advanced
Mendez,
skills,
the first
particularly
female
in
pilot
strong
to command
winds
a
or
700
challenging
cow flight
terrain.
from Sao Paulo to Riyadh. At 30,000 feet with 1,000 hooves on board, you don't get second chances. And Samuel Obeng, a Ghanaian livestock handler who trains animals weeks before their flights. We treat them like passengers. They're not cargo. They're life.
Have you ever seen the unique sight of flying
cows? From data
cows?
engineers analyzing herd health to behavioral psychologists crafting cow-friendly in-flight environments.
This occurs when cattle are transported by helicopter over rugged mountainous terrain.
This story isn't just a spectacle. It's a textbook in progress. Universities now teach airborne agriculture logistics
a way to move herds to hard-to-reach areas,
study this
and a striking image of this mountainous landscape.
Affected by droughts or conflict. Environmental watchdogs initially raised concerns about emissions. But by 2031, GLAMI announced that 89% of its fleet ran on sustainable aviation fuel, SAF, drastically cutting its carbon footprint. The cows themselves contribute to a bigger cause.
not only in Australia, but cattle ranches in the U.S. also use helicopters for herd management, especially in the western regions.
From the ground to 35,000 feet, this journey wasn't just about cows in the sky.
Here, herds are primarily raised through natural grazing, accounting for up to 28 million
every tool of
cattle.
Modern technology to solve one of humanity's oldest challenges: feeding each other. This is the legacy
Meanwhile,
of
in Central Asia,
logistics.
countries like
This is the
Kazakhstan,
skyward migration of
Uzbekistan, and
this
Kyrgyzstan
is only the beginning.
are also
I never
adopting
thought
modern
I'd see the day
technologies
when
in cattle
agriculture took
ranching.
to the skies. But here we are. This is the story of how 9 million
Central
cows,
Asia has a
yes,
long-standing
9 million,
tradition of
are
livestock
transported by
farming,
air across
where
the
herds
globe.
move
It's not
seasonally
just about
across natural
logistics.
grasslands,
It's about survival,
utilizing natural
innovation,
forage with low
and
labor
the breathtaking
costs.
fusion of aviation, technology, and the age-old science of farming. Let me take you on an unforgettable journey through one of the most ambitious agricultural operations the world has ever seen. By 2050, we'll have over 10 billion people on Earth. The demand for protein is soaring, but farming land is shrinking. Climate change, disease outbreaks, and economic shifts are making it harder than ever to sustain livestock populations.
However,
where
to
they're
meet
most
the
needed.
growing demand for
That's
beef,
where extreme
these
farming
countries
logistics
have
comes in.
modernized their livestock
Specifically,
farming
livestock
techniques.
airlifting. And that's where this story begins. At the heart of this operation is the Cargomax 800.
They now use advanced
beast of a
technologies
machine,
like silage
custom
feed
built
mixers.
for airborne livestock transport. It can carry up to 750 cows per flight. Inside, it's
With
not
systems
what you'd expect.
capable of mixing
Think of
up
it
to
like a
30
flying
tons of
veterinary
feed
hospital.
per hour,
Temperature
they provide a
controlled pods,
consistent nutritional
shock-absorbing
intake for
floors,
herds of thousands.
smart oxygen delivery systems, and biometric collars that track the cow's heart rate, stress, and hydration levels in real time.
The advanced
This isn't a
technology
cargo
allows the
flight.
machine to
This is
adjust
an
the
airborne
proportions of
ecosystem.
corn,
The whole
grass,
world
and
is
additional
connected through a
nutrients,
network called
ensuring
GLAMI,
each cow
the Global
receives
Livestock
adequate
Air Movement
nutrition
Initiative.
and
Every
optimizing growth
continent has
and
its
milk
role.
yield.
Brazil to Africa, Australia to Southeast Asia, the US to Europe and Central Asia. Each cow is tagged and tracked from the farm all the way to their destination. Think of it like Amazon Prime, but for live animals, and more ethical, and 20 times more complicated. Teams of animal scientists, data analysts, pilots, and veterinarians work together to make this seamless. They've built mobile transition units, MATUs, to help cows adapt when they land. It's all about minimizing trauma and maximizing health. So what happens once they're up in the sky? Well, every 4 hours they're fed using robotic arms. Clean water is dispensed automatically. Lighting adjusts to mimic the sun, keeping their circadian rhythms stable. And AI algorithms monitor their vitals, sending alerts if something goes off. You'd be surprised how relaxed they are. Chewing cud, napping, even socializing. They're not just surviving, they're thriving. And when turbulence hits, the shock absorption systems and noise-canceling panels do their job. Everything has been designed with one goal in mind: humane, stress-free transport. Behind every flight, there are people who make it possible. People like Captain Eliza Mendez, who's flown over 300 missions. You're not flying cargo, you're flying life, she says. Or Samuel Obeng, a livestock handler from Ghana who trains the cows weeks before their flight. They trust us, and we owe them respect. This operation is more than a job, it's a calling. Every role matters, from the engineers designing suspension pods to the
And
young
of course,
techs tracking
maintaining
cow vitals
hygiene
on
is
holographic
essential for healthy
dashboards.
cattle.
What started as a moonshot logistics idea is now taught
The
in
self-propelled
universities.
alley vac
Airborne
from Nunn
agriculture
Industries
logistics
Limited
is a
is a
discipline.
modern and
NGOs
efficient
use this
barn
model
cleaning
in
device.
drought-stricken regions. And developing countries are now integrating it into food security plans.
With a self-propelling
Critics asked
speed of
about
5
emissions.
miles per hour
So the
and a
team
waste
answered with
capacity
sustainable
of
aviation
2,500
fuel,
gallons.
now powering 89%
This
of the
equipment
fleet.
helps keep walkways
result,
clean and
millions
reduces
fed,
the risk of
economy
disease
stabilized,
transmission within barn
livestock
areas.
biodiversity preserved. This isn't just a video. It's the beginning of a movement. We've come a long way from ox carts and feedlots. Today, cows are flying 35,000 feet above Earth. And tomorrow, who knows? Maybe flying vertical farms. Maybe interplanetary agriculture. But one thing's for sure. Innovation will always find a way. Closing scene. Montage of healthy cattle arriving, farmers smiling, tech teams celebrating. This is farming reimagined. This is global logistics rewritten. This is technology, humanity, and nature in balance. I never thought I'd witness the day when agriculture took to
Although
the
it's a
skies.
relatively small
here we are.
innovation,
This is the
this
story
system
of
has
how 9
proven
million
highly
cows,
effective in
yes,
maintaining
9
barn
million,
hygiene.
are transported by air across the globe. It's not just about logistics.
The scraper is designed to move along a fixed rail, using cable traction to efficiently collect waste.
Today, I'm diving deep into the heart of what might seem like science fiction.
This optimizes waste management, keeping the barn area consistently clean.
Forget everything you think you know about farming. We're about to explore a revolution happening in the clouds. Statistics on global food demand, challenges of traditional livestock transport, and climate change impacts on farming. The world's population is growing, and the demand for protein is skyrocketing. Traditional methods of transporting livestock are time-consuming, often stressful for the animals, and contribute significantly to carbon emissions. The old ways simply aren't sustainable.
When cattle reach their ideal market weight, they are sent to international markets to meet global demand.
This isn't your grandfather's cargo plane. We're talking about aircraft purpose-built for the delicate dance of transporting living creatures.
The transport process typically involves containers designed with multiple separate compartments, equipped with ventilation and temperature control to maintain a comfortable environment for the cattle.
Every single cow during the journey. Imagine a global network spanning
the compartments also feature automatic water and feed systems,
from the bustling
ensuring the cattle are well cared for and minimizing stress throughout the long journey.
Regions of Asia. It's a logistical symphony conducted with precision and care. This operation utilizes real-time data, predictive analytics, and a team of experts working around the clock to optimize every single flight. Designing the Cargomax 800 was about more than just building a plane. It was about creating a safe, comfortable environment for these animals. We use advanced sensors to monitor everything from temperature and humidity to the animals' heart rates. Flying these aircraft is unlike anything I've ever experienced. It's a privilege to be a part of this mission, knowing we're contributing to feeding the world in a way that is both efficient and humane. The heart of this operation beats with artificial intelligence. AI algorithms monitor everything, from the air quality inside the cargo
cattle are transported in specialized containers with stable ventilation and temperature systems, reducing their stress levels.
Every flight is as smooth and secure as possible. The loading process is a carefully choreographed
Secure
dance.
restraints help the cattle stay steady, minimizing injuries when moving over rough terrain.
During the flight, specially trained veterinary teams monitor.
The containers also have built-in sanitation systems,
upon arrival,
keeping the space clean and comfortable for the cattle throughout the journey,
and then transferred to their new destinations. Traditional cattle transport methods are carbon-intensive. By shortening travel times and using more efficient aircraft,
in the food industry, beef production is a complex process that requires a harmonious blend of modern technology and traditional expertise.
This isn't just about statistics. It's about real people, real communities.
From breeding and raising cattle to slaughtering and processing, each stage is meticulously managed to ensure quality and food safety.
Innovating, developing new technologies to make our operations even safer, more efficient, and more sustainable.
Production facilities must strictly adhere to international standards and legal regulations to provide consumers with high-quality beef products.
Is a reminder that when humanity unites innovation, compassion, and technology, we can solve some of the world's most pressing challenges. Join me in supporting the future of farming, one flight at a time. So what happens once they're up in the sky? Well, every 4 hours they're fed using robotic arms. Clean water is dispensed automatically. Lighting adjusts to mimic the sun, keeping their circadian rhythm stable. And AI algorithms monitor their vitals, sending alerts if something goes off. You'd be surprised how relaxed they are. Chewing cud, napping, even socializing. They're not just surviving, they're thriving. And when turbulence hits, the shock absorption systems and noise-canceling panels do their job. Everything has been designed with one goal in mind: humane, stress-free transport. Behind every flight, there are people who make it possible. People like Captain Eliza Mendez, who's flown over 300 missions. "You're not flying cargo, you're flying life," she says. Or Samuel Obeng, a livestock handler from Ghana who trains the cows weeks before their flight. They trust us, and we owe them respect. This operation is more than a job, it's a calling. Every role matters. From the engineers designing suspension pods to the young techs tracking cow vitals.
Beef is not only a vital ingredient in cuisine, but also a rich source of protein, vitamins, and essential minerals for the body.
This is global logistics rewritten. This is technology, humanity, and nature.
It's often used in dishes like stews, grilling, or ground for meatballs.
For more cinematic deep dives into modern agricultural technology,
additionally, beef ribs are among the most popular cuts, known for their rich flavor and tender, juicy meat.
Drop a sheaf of rice if you believe in tech-powered farming.